So you got that power, but also we've got the practicality of an estate car. So it's the quickest way to take shit to the tip.
Love it.
On a Sunday. I'm going blue, still, definitely going blue. We'll work our way up, show it from the rear.
Let's do it.
So, come on, go. Hi everyone, hope everyone's doing okay. So we are back at our PDI Centre again. If you're new to this kind of format of our videos, I'll very quickly explain it. We come along to our PDI Centre, do a little quick pan round, Connor, so everyone can see where we are. Basically, there's a couple of warehouses full of cars. You'll see them in states you probably never see a car in, brand new car in. We get them all ready and send them out to our customers. And what we like to do in these videos is just basically have a little mooch round, see what's here, see if there's anything nice to talk about, anything we don't like, we'll have a chat about that too. So we'll kick off with VW Golf, e-Golf even. So this is VW's 100% electric Golf. I like it, I'm a really big fan of electric cars. Not quite mainstream yet, purely because of price. And obviously people are still trying to get their head around the whole will run out of battery and range anxiety as well. It's a big issue for people. But once, that's going to take a few years to get over. Range on them, I think it's advertised like 180 miles. Realistically, what are you going to get, 120, 130, depends how you drive it, the conditions, because you've got to take into account all sorts of things like, is it really cold because you're going to lose some range then, all that sort of stuff. Not so much if you put the air conditioning on the radio, that's a bit of a myth. It's like a normal Golf, doesn't it?
It does.
But the weirdest thing about driving electric cars, I've driven a few. I've not driven an e-Golf properly yet, but we've driven like the GTEs. On numerous occasions when I've started up a car in electric mode, I don't realise it's actually started, so I'm trying to start it and it's already started. And that just sort of takes a bit of getting used to the fact that there is no noise. Like I said, I think, I don't know, it's hard to put a time scale on it. It really depends when you get the cost comparable with a normal Golf. These will become real mainstream very quickly. So you just plug it into a 3-pin plug socket. Probably don't want to do that because it's going to take, what did you say?
17 hours.
17 hours to charge, which when you think that's only 120 mile range, it's not very good. So really, if you're going to invest in one of these, you also need to invest in a proper wall charger for it. And then I think the government grants are still there, I think, in the UK. They're not very expensive, and then you're going to reduce that charging time to like 6 hours, 7 hours. If you think about it, how often you're actually driving the car and how often is it parked on your drive. When you park up at night, plug it in, you can actually set these so within the car to say, I think the app as well, like, you know, come on at midnight or be ready for 7:30 in the morning when I need to leave, so you can program the car so it actually charges and it'll be ready for you when you're about to jump in it. So it's pretty cool. I think really what I want to know from you guys, and jump in the comment section and give us your thoughts, is what would it take for you to switch over from a petrol diesel to a 100% electric car? Price, does it need to be cheaper? Does it need to be the same price as an equivalent, for example, Golf? Or is it range? Does it need to be doing in excess of 200 miles? So I think it's probably a mix of both. I think it needs to be, price point, it needs to be the same as a normal Golf, and you need to be having, I would say, a range of 200 miles. And when I say range of it, I mean actually the car will do 200 miles, not the manufacturer says it'll do 200 miles and actually does 150. You need to be able to drive 200 miles on a charge before then it really gets taken into the mainstream sort of public. And that's when I think it'll take off. But let us know what you think. Not quite as efficient, but super fun Golf GTI. Again, I think we're going to see quite a few GTIs as we wander around today, Connor, because there is offers on the GTI at the minute. Really competitive offers actually, so we should see quite a few of them. Indian grey.
I like it.
Yeah? Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. I'm not sure I'd go for Indian grey.
What would you go for, Dave?
Do you know what I quite like at the minute? Atlantic blue. Well, I really like white silvery. Everyone knows I'd go for that. But if I'm going to change my answer up a little bit, I probably might go for Atlantic blue, I think.
Nothing to do with the fact you're a City fan, no?
No. The big question is, what do we think of the seats?
They're debatable, aren't they?
Divides opinion, shall we say. I'm of the mindset that is heritage VW and looks absolutely amazing. Not a lot of people, quite a few people really dislike those seats, but I think they're like, if you go for GTI, you need those seats. Just otherwise, forget it. Don't get a GTI. So this is what I was saying actually. I didn't spot it. There is an Atlantic blue. Now, bear in mind, these are just come off the boat. You know, from the boat from Germany into the UK and then transported up here to our PDI Centre. They are filthy. You can't really appreciate the colour. But what do you think? Indian grey? Atlantic blue?
Personally, I'd go for the blue. I'd go for Atlantic blue myself. Shit, they're both cost options.
Yeah, both of these are metallic paints, so the cost options, top of my head, 645 quid, something like that. And run blue, still, definitely run blue. GTD?
Like it?
That's what I'm talking about. In the blue, cleaned, ready to go out. That's what that car looks like in that colour.
Very nice. Let's have a look.
Leon CUPRA? Really like this car.
Love it.
Still just disappointed with this badge.
Yeah, but it looks good.
If you compare that though to like, so this is basically just a bit of plastic stuck on. And then you compare it with how that the VW badge looks.
Yeah, noticeable, isn't it?
It is, and I think really it would have been nice, certainly maybe for the Cooper range, that obviously they made it like bronze type colours to make it stand out, but if they just put something a bit more substantial on there. GTI in black. And GTI in Indian grey.
Another one.
So there'll be lots of GTIs today.
They are popular, aren't they? For a reason.
Certainly are, no, great car. So we're talking a second ago about the Atlantic blue, and obviously I really like that colour at the minute, just one of the phases in, but we've seen here a Leon CUPRA in blue. I can't think of the name of the blue.
We'll put it on the screen for you.
I don't like this blue as much.
Don't like it?
No. It's a lot more turquoisey.
Yeah, it's a bit bolder than it. It's a bit brighter.
It doesn't quite work as well. I'm not feeling that.
But it is a free option.
Well, they're all free on the Leon, so you kind of like manipulate the truth a little bit there, Connor.
I suppose.
All free. That's a good thing though. It's worth pointing out, all SEAT's metallic paint is free of charge. No cost, not a penny, which is good. But it works for them because, in terms of going to auction, the used car market, obviously a metallic car holds its value a lot better than many of the solid colours. Not all, white's an exception obviously. It kind of works for them a little bit, and there's no reason why they do that. This is probably going to split some opinions. So this is the Audi A1 S-Line Contrast Edition in Python yellow. I love it.
It's a nice car. I'm not 100% on the yellow, but I do like the
I
car.
think it needs to be in the yellow.
You reckon?
It needs to be in the yellow. Look at the black, the alloys, the window surrounds, the door mirrors in black against that yellow. It's not like a proper bright, in-your-face yellow. It's a little bit, I want to say subtle, but I'm not sure yellow gets particularly subtle. But you know what I mean? It's not a proper, vibrant yellow. I think that works. I think that looks absolutely stunning. Would I live with it for 2 years, 3 years? Then it's a different question. Something to, after the weekend, I think so. That's a cool interior as well, check that out. First car, imagine you're like 18, 19-year-old, something like that. First car, you get this. You're the nuts then, aren't you? Very, very popular. Everyone's been wanting to drive and come in your car, which will get a bit irritating. Yeah, but imagine that, this is your first car.
Wouldn't be too bad, would it, to be fair?
Amazing. too bad. Amazing. That's a nice colour as well.
It is, I like it. Go down the Q3.
So an Audi Q3 S-Line in turbo blue.
It's nice, isn't it?
I can live with the same about living with a car for 2 or 3 years in a colour. Not a problem. All day long. Again, Q3 they've really ramped up the interior on the new model Q3. It just looks really, really nice. Really nice. You've got an Ateca here, say Ateca FR, so a decent spec one. So a nice little side-by-side comparison, really. I mean, colour-wise, you know, they don't compare, do they? That's that. That's that.
There's only one winner there.
There is. Value for money-wise, can't go far wrong with these Seats. We've said it before, they are a great car, and they just get a bit of a bad rep because there are some car snobs, badge snobs, whatever you want to call it, out there. Still, in 2019, we would not have that car because it's a Seat. It wouldn't look good down the golf club, unfortunately. We'll do like a little bit of a side-by-side with the Q3 interior on this, and it's not as good, but then you're going to be paying a lot more money for that than you are for this. That's not bad. Get in there, have a look. Flat bottom steering wheel.
Love those. I'm a big fan of flat bottom steering wheels.
Bit of red stitching.
I like it.
But it's not quite this. No flat bottom steering wheel though.
I think under the circumstances we can forgive that.
So what would the price difference have to be? How much more would you be willing to spend to get the Q3 over the Ateca?
I'd probably go for the Audi personally, but value for money, really, you can't beat that thing.
I don't think so.
It is nice, to be fair, isn't it? Yeah.
Nice. Look at that. And it's a T-Cross as well.
Brand new.
Not seen one before. I'm all for a bit of a weird colour, but not like that one. McKenna turquoise, like a mint green, isn't it? I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's fair. Look beyond the colour, because that is pretty horrendous in my opinion. And let's look at it as a T-Cross. Every single manufacturer, every new car they're bringing out is an SUV. That's what everyone's doing.
Everyone likes them though.
They are good, they are popular to be fair. They are good, they are nice to drive in slightly higher positions. I get it, but it's like, come on. Anyway, it's an SUV, T-Cross, so it's like polo size.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
So quite a small SUV. Like I said, I've not seen one before, so I'm going to have a good look around this car. This is the R-Line, so it's a decent spec one. Nice set of alloys on it, first impressions. They look pretty cool.
They are nice.
So we've got a bit of a black rear spoiler as well. Looks good. We put offers out on these actually only this week when the Thunder's put an offer out on the T-Cross, and it's too expensive for me.
Reckon?
It's like $240 a month. Got to be sub £200. It's a small car.
By comparison, you can have an Ateca at the minute for about 180.
Yeah. That being said, it is brand new, so they are sometimes a little bit protective over the residual values of the car. They're not giving us quite as much discount on the car as well when they first come out. So that will change. I'm confident of that. I think we'll see some really good offers on these coming out in the near future. But let's have a close look inside, because I'm actually quite interested to see the interior spec, the boot space, and actually the rear leg room. Model there, just in this sort of Seat type style, which a lot of the manufacturers are doing now. Ford do it on a few of their cars as well. Not the biggest.
It's not the smallest either.
Not the smallest, not the biggest, it's pretty small. That's most of the boot gone there. Just over half the boot gone. So it's pretty small, or if you need a big boot, then you know. Rear camera.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if that is standard feature on the R-Line, or this car has been specced up as that's a cost option. I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that actually. But if that's standard, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a handy feature.
We'll work our way up, show from the rear.
Let's do it.
So, come on, go. So again, give you a bit of scale, I'll sit in the back. Bear in mind I'm 6'4", so not too shabby. Now this seat's quite far forward, it'll be back a little bit, but that's not too bad actually.
Not bad?
You could do a decent journey in this and be pretty comfortable. Again, 6'4", decent headroom, quite a nice comfy rear seat. But what I do like, 2 USB plugs, that's good. And if you have children and you've ever been on a long journey with them, you're going to be sympathising with me right now when they all want to plug the gadgets and everything. They've got their own USB plugs there, no arguing. Okay, so let's jump in the front. Bit of a flat bottom steering wheel. These are like kind of, what do you describe these as? What sort of style?
Like carbon fibre.
Like a little fake carbon fibre going on here, all in the door sills here. That's a bit basic.
Basic.
A little bit basic, but overall, nice little cockpit we've got going on here. Virtual cockpit. I know VW don't call it that, but I call it that. So, leather armrest. No, do you know what? In all seriousness, if this is completely standard, like I say, I'm a little bit, I'll let you get in, Connor, a little bit unfamiliar with the T-Cross because it's so new. If this is a completely standard spec, so those seats, let me remove this for you. If that's a completely standard R-Line spec, that's pretty good.
It's nice, isn't it? I like it.
I am pleasantly surprised with that. I think that's a cool little car, and if they can get the pricing right on it, these are going to be super popular. Super popular. But yeah, that's cool. Glad we've seen that. That's a nice surprise. The GTI there, Connor, we'll keep moving, but let's have a look. Like pure white. That's the only 3 colour we'll talk about. GTI to the right at the start, our metallic colours. That's the other one that's 3. I think you mentioned this earlier, didn't you?
I did.
Arteon in red. You think that works, don't you?
I like it.
I agree with you. Don't really like red cars normally.
Can't think why, Dave. I cannot think why.
Nothing to do with that. I look at it, and when I look at that, and I think, and when I drive and I think, oh, this should be so good on the motorway. And that's probably why people think it's a bit boring. But I live on the motorway, so that's like, I like that. The lesser spotted Golf R estate.
Ooh.
There was a time when these were like dotted throughout there was loads of them, but you just don't see them as often anymore. Ticks many boxes for people. You got the performance, I think the 290 now, so you got that power, but also we've got the practicality of an estate car, so it's the quickest way to take shit to the tip.
Love it.
On a Sunday. So I've got a question for you, Connor, and everyone watching, actually, not just for Connor, everyone. Would you follow the crowd and go with the Golf R estate, safe option, or would you go a little bit different and go for the Leon CUPRA ST?
Before I came to stable, I'd probably go for the Golf, but knowing what I know now, I'd definitely go for the SEAT.
Interesting. I think I would go for the SEAT.
You think?
Yeah, 2 reasons. One is, like I say, it's a little bit different. They are, I want to say 10 a penny, because that's probably being a little bit harsh, but they're fairly common place on the road, aren't they, the Golf R estate?
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. It's a great car. I'm not knocking the car at all. The other thing is, they're a little bit, being a Golf R, not so much as in the estate Golf R, but there is, I would think, always the worry that you have a Golf R on the drive, that someone is going to be coming through that door to take those keys. I'm not entirely convinced there is that as much a threat as that with a Leon. And rightly so, there should be people jumping in the comment section saying, well, you shouldn't let these thieving wankers, that's putting it nicely, to be honest with you, dictate what car you do and you don't buy, and you shouldn't do. You shouldn't let people who are going to steal from you. That being said, when you're trying to get sleep at night and your wife and your kids in your house, you do need to take it into consideration. Those are the 2 reasons. And look, they're both great cars. You know, let's put that to one side. They're both great cars, but that's the 2 reasons probably why I would go for the Leon CUPRA ST over the Golf R at the minute. See how much hate there is in the comment section for that one. Bring it on.
Crack on, guys.
Bring it on. Okay, so I think we're going to have to end it here, Connor, unfortunately, and go back to the office and do some real work. Well, I'll have to do it, I'm afraid. Thanks for watching, firstly, but if there's any cars you want us to try and get our hands on, be sensible, Audi, Volkswagen, Seat, that sort of thing, you know what we're about. Drop us a comment and we'll try and grab that car, do a little bit of a review on it for you guys. So yeah, just tell us what you want us to get and we'll try and get it for you. Thanks for watching, see you again soon.